Good evening, VV Nation. My name is Ryan, Senior Instructor here at VectorVest. Tonight, we are going to be discussing Nvidia's aftermath. Now, yesterday after hours, it did report earnings. We covered that here on the channel live during the earnings call. We saw Nvidia rise quite a bit, hitting highs into the 520s. Now, as far as today, Nvidia is pulling back quite a bit. You might be asking why, so we're going to run the numbers. Now, Nvidia did beat earnings expectations quite a bit. It's up over actually 400% year over year. It came in at 2.7 billion, while the estimate was only at 2.09. The revenues also beat at 13.5 billion versus the estimate of 11.22. Now, some of their segments that did really well, the data center is up 141%. Gaming stays pretty strong at up 11%. Personal visualization was another big winner for them, up 28%. Now, the lagger was automotive. That was down 15%. In addition, their third quarter expectations, the revenue was at 16.0 billion versus estimates at 12.6 billion. In addition, the gross margin for the third quarter was 72.5%, while the estimate was only at 70.6%. Now, in the earnings call, the CEO did mention some collaboration with companies such as Meta, Snowflake, and Amazon, driving sales even further into the future. Now, it is at no surprise that their chips were in very high demand right now, thus earning expectations were high. However, they were able to blow it out of the water. Now, in tonight's video, we are going to jump into the VectorVest 7 system, look at market timing, seeing how the market is responding to Nvidia's earnings. In addition, we are going to look at the graph, look at price action, and see some possible scenarios going forward. Now, if this is something that you're interested in, let's get started. We can see here that Nvidia's hype from its earnings call has been short-lived. The major indices are down across the board right now. They were all up in the futures, but going into this morning's market action, they sharply declined. Now, the market timing gauge has gone neutral, and VectorVest advocates caution when buying stocks at this time. If you see right now, we got 3 yellow lights across the board. The only up signal we have is the primary wave, which is our fastest and more aggressive market timing signal. Two things I want to point out before we jump over to Nvidia is the RT and BSR. Right now, the RT is below 1, so the market is trending down, at least for the short term. In addition, the BSR, which looks at the overall health of the market, is telling us that the market just is not healthy at this time. Now, let's jump over to Nvidia and see what VectorVest has to say. All right, Nvidia is coming in just under $480 as of right now. It is up over $8 or close to 2% since it released its earnings yesterday after hours. Now, this is overvalued compared to what we value the stock at currently at $202. Now, fundamentally with RV and RS, the fundamentals are sound with this company. RT, which is the technical indicator, looking at that short-term price trend, this stock is still currently in an uptrend. Now, its overall rating, VST, comes in strong at 1.32. And its CI, very strong rating here. If you don't know what CI is, it actually looks at a company's ability to resist lengthy or severe price declines. Now, next, we do have a buy rating on this. And one thing I definitely want to mention is the GRT, which is the growth rate in earnings. This company is growing its earnings at an estimated rate of 19%. Now, let's jump into the graph and see what price action has been trying to tell us and see where the buyers and sellers are coming into play. All right, we've got Nvidia up here, price action represented by the candlesticks. We have two moving averages, a 40-day being the red line, a 200-day being the blue line. Down below, we have RT looking at that short-term price trend, and we also have some forecasted EPS data. Now, the last earnings did come back out in May. We see a nice gap up here with price action to follow suit to the upside in the pursuing months. Now, in addition, since the last earnings call, we see our EPS, our forecasted earnings per share, has been on the rise quite steadily over the last 3 months. Thus, this earnings that was released last night should not have been a surprise that it was a positive release. Now, let's zoom into a 3-month time span. We're going to focus on price action here. So let's get rid of our earnings calendar. Now, since mid-June, price action has been following this channel here. The bottom of that channel is around 408. The top of that channel is at 479. Now, two things I did want to mention is that price action finally went back above that 40-day moving average. In addition, the earnings yesterday did push price action above outside of that channel here. The open was at 502. The high price was at 502.30. However, since then, sellers have been in control, profit taking clearly being noticed here. So let's zoom into a 2-day time span and see the price action and the response of Nvidia's earnings release. So let's zoom in. Here we have price action. This is the close yesterday. The blue shaded area represents after hours. Now we see the top of this channel at 478.85 here. Price action clearly broke above that channel, hitting a high at 526.87. This was at 5:08 p.m. during the earnings call itself. It did end closer to 6 p.m. Now since then, if I zoom out, we do see price action retracing in yesterday's after hours trading. Now, as far as this morning, Nvidia's graph is painting a different picture. If we see here, the high was at 926 just before the market open. That close of that candlestick was at 502.70. However, right at market open, we saw this huge red candlestick coming here. A lot of profit taking, a lot of sellers taking control, pushing Nvidia all the way down to 474 just after 11 a.m. this morning. Now this gold line here, again, this represents the top end of the channel that Nvidia has been in since mid-June. We see that price action is trying to find a level of support right at this channel. For the bulls, I would like to see price action find this level of support, get some closes above this level to give us confirmation to the upside. However, for the bears, breaking this top channel will be key in order to make sure that this price momentum continues to the downside. So what happened? Nvidia gapped up a lot after hours. However, today's price action has taken away most of those gains. Now, between profit taking from investors and what the market is doing, as well anticipation for the Fed meeting from Jackson Hole coming out tomorrow, there's a lot of jitters right now currently in the market. Now, the key level to look at is the top of that channel around that 479 level. That price action was looking for support as of this morning. Now, right now, price action has remained above that support level of 479 at the top of that channel. So for the bulls, we'd like to see that price action continue to stay above that level. And for the bears, for confirmation, we'd like to see price action break that level. Now, I hope you guys enjoyed some great insight that was able to give you both on what the market was doing and this position from a technical aspect and from the earnings call. Now, again, my name is Ryan. It's been a pleasure giving you tonight's presentation. And if you enjoyed what you've seen tonight, please hit the like button and subscribe to our channel.
Hey, VV Nation, you know that we can analyze any stock in a matter of seconds. Do you want to analyze any of your stocks for free? You want VectorVest to tell you what you really need to know about that stock? Well, you can. If you go to www.vectorvest.com/YTFSA, you can get a free stock analysis on any stock that you're currently holding or are possibly looking at. Folks, what do you have to lose? Do that now and analyze any of your stocks in a matter of seconds.
Yeah.